Ever wondered how to join Shaxi as a rider? Well, the process is as easy as pie, and today you'll learn all about it. First things first, you'll need to get the Shaxi app. A quick visit to your phone's application store, whether the App Store or Google Play, will do the trick. Search for Shaxi, download it, and you're off to a good start. Now that you've got the app, it's time to sign up. You'll be prompted to provide some necessary information. The most important part of this step is verifying your phone number. This is a security measure put in place to ensure a safe experience for everyone using Shaxi. You'll receive a text message with a code, input it, and voila, your number is verified. Next, you're going to set up your passenger profile. This is where you can add a profile picture, input your name, and other details. It's all about making the ride experience as personalized and comfortable as possible. You can now search for rides at your convenience. Whether you're heading to work, school, or just about anywhere, Shaxi is ready to get you there. The next step is to request the ride. You'll need to confirm the details of your trip, including the destination and pickup point. And just like that, you're ready to enjoy your journey. Sit back, relax, and let Shaxi take you where you need to go. To cap it all off, after enjoying your ride, why not share your great experience? Tag at Shaxi Ghana on social media and let the world know about your fantastic journey with Shaxi. So there you have it. Joining Shaxi as a rider is as simple as downloading the app, signing up, verifying your phone number, setting up your profile, searching for rides, requesting and confirming your ride, and then enjoying the journey. It's a quick and straightforward process designed to make your life easier. With Shaxi, the world is at your fingertips. Shaxi, it's time to ride.
Everybody check now. Check it. Fa check it. Fa check it. Check it. That beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Fa check it, check it. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Push sugar level, fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Well, thank God, finally, we are done and dusted with the general elections in Ghana for 2024. I know many people were just scared. Some people were not too sure how the outcome was going to be. Personally, I never thought it was going to be this simple and easy as it looks. But thank God, thanks to Baumia too, they have made it look so simple and so easy. As it stands, though the easy is yet to confirm. I know what it means. Who is really the president of Ghana? But at least Baumia has told us that you both should not stress. I want there to be peace. Give it to Mahama. And we hope that it remains so that there will be more peace. Because any attempt to change anything, you guys will hear from that place.
This sound there, it looks like a chance.
When you change anything, you guys will hear from that place. But because we were all involved in the voting process, thank God the three of us here on the panel, we all voted. Guys, show your fingers that you indeed voted. Yes. So indeed, we all voted. And what it means is that we are now coming to talk about our experiences about the voting. The good, the bad, and the ugly. But first, let's start from the results. And I'll start from Chebo because Chebo votes in Evutu Senior constituency. And that place,
It's a
Rambo and Commandos. And as it stands now, people are even dying already. We will be talking. Stay tuned. But let me also have your experience. I know some Nigerians are even proud of how Ghanaian's election was very smooth and fair and transparent, and they are more bigging us up online. I've seen some one or two comments like that. It feels good. My name is Sammy Flex. This is Showbiz Daily. We are live on Sammy Flex TV. In the studio, Roland Amate is in the middle. Roland works with Shaxi, Shatter Movement, Roland Report, which is on YouTube, and showbizchannelj.com. For information, Shaxi is 3 years old today. Yeah, make some noise for Shaxi. Make some noise for Shaxi. 3 years old today, Shaxi. And we say congratulations to the team and the boss, Shatta Wale, as well. And to Intimdo Solomon, Chamo is our online manager here at Flex Entertainment Limited. He is the boss of Inti Dosu Digital Solutions. If you have any online platform and you want management, promotion, monetization, and more, Inti Dosu Digital Solutions will surely take care of you. Chabo, so starting with you, we are still talking about the results that are coming in so far. Are you surprised, or this is what you expected even from the onset?
Yeah, I didn't say it on air, but you know, behind the scenes, I've been saying that this one.
Oh, you were part of those who could not tell us who they were voting for. Okay, now we know you all. Neutrals. The neutrals.
I predicted that obviously it's going to be a one-time thing. We are not going for any runoff.
I remember this.
And John Mahama will win. I said it. And the reason is that, I mean, when you look at what is happening, when you just listen to what is going on the ground, you can clearly see that MPP is losing. Just that they were not ready to accept it or even do the right thing. So people were more, especially the swing voters or people who vote based on the current situation or what is happening at the time. Were quiet. They were not saying much, and I am proud to say I'm part of those people. I've voted about, I think, 4 elections. I've voted for CPP. I've voted for NPP, and this year I voted for NDC. Yes, and I always vote based on what is happening and how I feel about the economy.
You were not born into any party.
No, I was not born into any party. That is a fortunate part of my what my father especially did for us, because my father was involved in politics, but somehow he wasn't that aggressive. And he would not tell anybody what to do or what not to do. And for him, his political party was always at the losing side, but he was always part of them. I remember his first party was NIB. Yes, he was part of and at some point I saw that he was part of even Kube, the PNC, and then later he
was Liman.
Yes, and later I saw that he had sympathy for NDC. Yes, before he left us. So for me, I wasn't born into any party. And I decide based on what is happening. And Akufo-Addo especially disappointed me after voting for him for the 2 terms. I was really, really disappointed. So there was no way that I was going to vote for NPP again. This time around, no, not at all. Nothing would Bawumia say that will, at that time, let me change my mind.
Your mind.
Yes. And now that NDC is taking over, we are watching. If they don't do it the right way, I will change my mind.
I'm now happy the way Ghanaians have understood elections and politics. These days, it's not about who you are.
No.
It's about how we are feeling. And that thing, I'm happy. Because now if you come and the 4 years you do well, we will give it to you again.
Yes.
If you come and like the 8 years crowd, there's just a move here. When this NPP say, "Na guys, 8 years." 8 years more.
And to Obana say, you so me say dear. And at this point, I think MPP now almost failure pot all. And after voting for Nanado for the 2 terms, there was no way that I was going to vote for him. And I think there are a lot of people thinking like me. And in the grand predictions, you know. Because some of them were compromised, and again, some of them too, they were more sympathetic to the other side, you know. So research no crana and cause to me no money, yes. But the thing is, yakano scenario any be you know, with the and the winning is so convincing that you can't say, oh, I didn't look at it, I didn't look at that. Yes, because the gap no so.
Yes.
People are looking at what happened in 1996 when Rollins won against Kufuor. It was a huge gap, and we are seeing something similar like that. And it's so convincing. Say, and kudos to Baumia for conceding early. The point is that I've said it here before. Nobody can rig an election in Ghana.
Yeah, I'm sure that the Professor Ankunan Rebo did not agree with you.
Yes, but only himself one agree with me. His thing was that they can transfer your vote. How many votes can they transfer for it to make an impact? So they say I transfer 1 million votes to a place I belong here. We will not even have the election.
Yeah,
it will be so much that they will say that no, there's a problem. We have to fix it.
Yeah.
And and I will transfer 1 or 2 votes. It won't change anything. It won't change. So you can't still you can't rig an election that will make an impact. Let me qualify it.
Okay.
Some people will attempt anyway because some people are stupid. I remember I was having conversation with my friend, and he was saying that okay, if nobody can rig an election, why do people go and pick a ballot box
boxes,
and all those things?
Biology boxes.
And I'm saying for them no, obey me and say Jimmy say go through even the 5 basic rule of stupidity. I'll be never be the because ballot box no offer and the worst thing they say you better 24. That's the worst case scenario. And this offer said the bear all candidate bearing it won't happen. And as a offer so now and no one you bet me ignore, we will still determine or we can still pronounce who has won the election. And emphasis on be pan or was so of a ballot box. The winning ya like emphasis then also walk of akranza a bit me a coon. Nyansa bien and say walk of a ballot box and essentially and so there are people who attempt to do certain things in their head. Maybe they are rigging for one party or the other, but the point is that it won't have any effect when we come for the general results. For me, I'm so convinced that nobody can rig an election in Ghana. It's so tight that you can attempt, but it won't do anything. And the political parties, they always get the results ahead. If they are not saying it, it's just because they want to be mischief. For those who are winning, will always come and declare because they are winning. We saw it last 4 years when MPP won. This time around, NDC for the MPP for farmer, and so people should watch out. Anytime that a political party is winning, they will obviously show us what is happening in their coalition room. And the Electoral is an indicator for you to know who is winning.
Who is winning.
Yeah.
Well, let me go on to Roland Amate and ask him same that is he surprised? Is he shocked with the results that are trickling in so far? Yes, Ro.
Well, to a certain extent, yes, I am surprised because for what it's worth, I even saw a close contest here to the extent that that's what even made me predict even a runoff during our last discussion. In fact, when I listen to the conversations around, especially from that of opposition and the incumbent, you realize that yes, even though the people in power were so optimistic they were going to win, the pressure from the opposition parties were one that you cannot ignore. So yes, it gave me that feeling.
You could feel it.
You could feel it. But then the ones in power also, even though they were few to some extent, actually were also very loud. They were very loud that you could feel their presence in every corner. So it gave the impression that okay, if you are ready, then we also are. Therefore, it was going to be a very close contest. But then, looking at the gap definitely gives a different impression, or looking at the results gives a different impression. Like the gap is so wide, it's so wide that even the people that wanted the gap now don't want the gap again.
Yeah.
Because Dr. Baumia during his campaign was saying he was, now he knows he's won, but he wants a big gap. They've given him the gap, and he now he wished there was no gap.
I watch a video like that. So I want a big gap.
Big gap. Gap lady what? In fact, the gap is so wide that now he even wished that.
Be careful what you wish for.
The gap is so wide, and in fact, it gives different vibe. One of it has to do with the fact that okay, now it is not about you being complacent in power. You can have power today and be complacent with it and feel on top of the world. But the people that gave you the power probably are just waiting for the right opportunity. And that's what happened. In fact, for the presidential elections there, you can just leave them. It is mere formalities. The ones that are of serious concern are the ones, the parliamentary. Those ones reflect whatever is happening now up there. If so, people we knew on top one, it depending on the parliamentary. And when you look at the results, like I said, Gabenedia, in fact, I even feel sad for the people who won on the ticket of the MPP, because in parliament, no, they can't, like because what are you bringing? Looking at the nature of our politics, especially in parliament, and what happened even some few weeks even to election, when even parliament had to go on break by force because some people were declared majority even at the last hour and the other majority were opposing. And when this time the people that more opposing in your power now, then next parliament there, I'm sure now. But let me commend the EC also for something that I also observed when I was going to vote. I think said now how they've been able to open up more polling stations in constituencies is also one that is also helping with elections.
I think I saw when I was coming, one area you see about three different polling stations there.
And in fact, sometimes it's even one of the reasons why some of us even as well choose to even go.
Yeah, because they form long queues.
When people had to go, then people had to go use gallons and stones to go and queue. Now, yes, I saw videos and pictures of some people doing it, but then I know say one of those things where they just want to push people.
Even it's a rush time.
But then when I was going to vote, it was very smooth and all of that. One thing that I didn't like was the security politics that was played in this particular election between the military and the police service. I saw some security politics be a cause why me I didn't like it at all. Where there was that picture painted that because no military person is like what's some police stations. Now it looks like the civilians had some kind of opportunity to just manhandle or abuse military people just anyhow.
You mean police?
Yes. No, I mean military.
Civilians. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I get you.
Civilians having the supposed power to just disrespect military people in uniforms like that. It wasn't good. And all had to do with that.
But that one, I don't want you to say they abuse them, because later those people, they rather suffer.
No, you will suffer. But you see that picture of that coming out in the public domain, because we all know that currently there are some constituencies here. Yes, the police are there. But if in your military presence is here, and so where some people are even looting other people's shop and all of that, and all has to do with that.
Don't be so sure of that.
No, I am not so sure, but looking at how our securities move and respond to issues, especially in this country, yes, we trust the police service. They've done a very good job in recent times. But my own is that communicate perception be now because seeing some videos online with civilians actually disrespecting military people in uniform simply because there's a communique said they should not.
They are not part of the
elections.
Yeah.
So why were they there?
Exactly.
The military, if people I am against for what you have seen, me to have seen it, and I think it's not good.
It's not healthy practice.
Not at all. I mean, I will agree with you. But the point is that the military, if you are not supposed to be there officially, why are you going there to also cause
exactly my point? My point is that yes, the military is not supposed to be there. What is the communication that are coming out as far as that particular act is concerned? because for the civilians to also get the opportunity to disrespect them in return, it's not the right way to go. And I mean, him say, "Senkoye nkomo fu frank." Ghana police for a press statement this year. And nkomo release press statement, but so far with all the press statements that air so up and down,
not condemned.
have we seen any press statement concerning those videos?
Yeah, they wouldn't condemn it because to them they gave you the order.
But is it the right thing that is happening? Because yes, the military guys are not supposed to be there. Oma kohono na BBAC. Say na okay. Oma mo disrespecting military guys. Ebi mu ti wo mu video mu. And this is still against the law. Whether it is from the civilians or it is from the military, it is still against the law.
Okay.
What is the police service doing about it? Means anyama we a hammy, and it is the only downside to this particular election. Other than that, for omo okay, yare and tiasie, they call regional collation center na one there. So by the close of this week there, obiya be who smoothness level.
Okay, still on the aftermath of the general elections here in Ghana, both presidential and member of parliament, we are still looking at some of the angles. And the next angle I would want us to look at is the religious angle. Looks like this year's elections had a lot of religious angles, where religious leaders were out there in the open, some of them claiming prophets and saying that it was out of their prophecies. Reason some parliamentary members won, reason the president won. In fact, enough of them and enough videos out there for you to see. There are others whose prophecies also failed drastically. Those are also there. Did the religious bit play any role in this year's elections, where almost all the top people we had in the general elections, they all went to some religious leaders one way or the other? In fact, in Adum Chejia's church, the church hosted all the major political parties, their top people. The church hosted all of them. We saw men of, in fact, the number of men of God that I've seen come online, boasting of their prophecies, making some member of parliament win and all those things. I'm saying, hey, this year election is not there. I saw for the GA. In fact, the one at Nabi Odoko Kwezi. Ozubempa was in church and said, "Hey, MB before more much met Mumberi Poto." And indeed, on my reporter, like, what is the religious role in our elections now? Start this for me.
Well, Anka role
there are some videos that I edited will be showing you. Yeah.
The religious roles Anka in 2024, Anka any bearing. But what is actually giving it some level of substance, even the people involved, giving it some level of importance.
Okay.
And here I am talking about the candidates.
Okay, actually, you mean the politicians? The
politicians actually giving it some level of importance by going to those places. It got to a point, it was toning down when even it was like, okay, but now in 2024, the way our politicians you ask yourself, say, okay, would there be a time okay, these things would have no bearing in these processes? Because everyone say Reverend Usubempa, Ebeka so we nya prophecy. Prophecy in the Bayama Grada Munina.
If you feeling it, then it's and not Miss Ressa.
Explanation, I say, I say, Chef White, yes, I say about me and Chef White, now one Chef White.
Until White and Cohen.
Uncle Taban. And a one Chef White, and a Mahama Chef White, and Mahama
win.
Yo, Yati.
Intimate make I say, if Reverend Usubempa, Emma prophecy. At the end of the day, it will be seen as okay, some level of prediction. Yes, you definitely have some people believing, but majority of the people will see it as a normal prediction because this is not the first time. But when you get the political leaders actually going into his presence to actually seek some level of validation, that is when they give it some level of importance. And it is not once, it is not twice. In fact,
In fact, John Dumelo na pictures and videos about so more prophets be in fact Adam Agbana in voter region owie no akwa sorry baako for that Thanksgiving
some major few crowns so called Owusu Bempa
sorry Sunday we are come at Thanksgiving yes and you see it is because of that in fact this year Metimiaka said this year you more of that than any other election year. This year, you have more of that.
Some of them will say that they don't even know.
Because when the NDC went to Adum Chedu's place to give, I think it's 50,000 or 100,000. When the NPP went,
150.
150. Into competition was tight, even at resurrection. Your friend saying, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia promised 50,000. He had 50,000, and man Napo saw Franco. When Napo got there, he added another 50,000, making 100,000.
Wow.
Yes. Even Software was Zimbabwe prophesy. The Software prophesied that Bawumia was going to win. Prophesied Mahama was going to win. But Mahama, the condition was that Mahama should call him within 10 days after the prophecy came. And Mahama did not call him. In fact, it was Mahama's reps, like the boys living a friend. And that was not the condition, the instruction from God.
And Tobelusi.
Mahama friend on the 12th day, that is 2 days.
So Mahama indeed called him.
Yes, 2 days after the 10 days. No. Now he had to go back to God to go and see if God will forgive Mahama. That was when Bawumia also called him.
Hey,
to say that. To say that. Say your name.
Eben and Cain.
Say your name, my brother. You see, maybe I can't tell me what to do. I'll do it. And he was also probably given a different set of instruction. But now
directions, because
directions. Sorry, hey, directions.
Don't spoil it.
No, don't spoil it. Sorry, he was given a different set of directions to also go and do. But according to that pastor, he did a video call with one of the candidates. In fact, he called both of them on video, but he recorded one and congratulated the person. Me, as a stance, I'm still waiting for that particular video for him to.
Also, he did not declare who he recorded.
No, but claim he's spoken to the two of them. So my point is that you see, Anka, under normal circumstance, Anka you feel more because see on my list I have about 6 to 7 pastors who or men of God whose prophecies actually did not come to pass. About 7 of them, from Agrada to Mbakubi Amusi, friend Paul Kusi, another Kusi too is there. Kusi Boate, Reverend Kusi Boate is also there. Like plenty, including Agrada. Agrada could have been there and Topan. So for that one day, for that one day, me and Yemi. In fact, this year they had good market. Even because of the political candidates and our politicians, endorsement, no.
Well, Chabo, let me come to you and let's look at the religious role.
For me, the interesting one so far for me, Agrada. Me feel Agrada. Me feeling I said me kwasra no wa sorry baako the way my minute me chire mu the prophecy ni man ne be mu no me hu bi da me nim ebe say Mahama agi ye nti Mahama
ye the
prophecy na be or direction say enka Bawumia na be win na say Bawumia e she white e na wa nye na Mahama ye and I'm Mahama winning. It didn't want to catch an answer, man. Say direction banner the Maubina and Nipanin now to wa. So,
the correction crowd.
And you know, because Usuma obey to me and Yana Mahama saw the direction Muno and already now, according to her. Bawumia and Crawford, no, I'm funny serious. My not to be Agrada. But no moon say or none and Yakopon the direction of man. Oh, man, and me kudos to Agrada, ne boss in the commission of them, the prophets in them, Samoon pill, prophets in them, because because Mahama and Warren. I think this time around, a be more because. Enkofu bi di kan ye bia omunya ho benefits. And the other prophets and other pastors and who say no. Sa chacha we as you tribute to be. Aha, because yes, you're in here a bekoyi. So mokaya osu bempa at a point say so ma efficacy for me. Aha. And the efficacy for no or my me no mo ba ne so no and also camp. Call Mahama side, but according to him, there Nyankopon ne ka kire ne say Mahama ene berin then am pa Mahama.
I don't do the be our winning side.
Say no unu magro ni dia sa. And again, Opambo at this time so no kopenhwe. Oze wono wa binche obi a okromu ha. Na say wa odidi na tem no. Say wo busani bia ka kire no busani odidi na tem no ka kire omo. Now, mom be panic or Monzo, so yes, I don't form community because on this or do me what enter baby. Aha, and now, you're promising and just video be out that for more. I feel you're promising to say, dear Mahama baby, who and Sana or Yaswani in. And you know, Sango for be the binimo or matulutu no money. And again, or ye so clear said Mahama Berine. Emma no Nenko for be the CNE. Any other dinner and you no Nyankopon catcher and say Mahama Berine na Mahama Arene. So for those who me make a prediction about who prophesy.
Yes,
Mahama Arene no. They have won. And no Oma sorry no be abeko. Oma nebejo mwedi. Oma etofa so no. Better luck next time. It's under humanity. Me there's Oma agrada na ono nile no wetimi di no wa shemu abra oye nuhwea.
Now this popular prophet too. Honestly, they profound. But so abe church no abe patch onyina.
Ba kokra de ono say sa na tie amfa ya mufa ne sa amfa do anamafa. Sa ono
let God be true and all men be liars.
Wow. I see.
Or matimi abe church. For me, I think influence at this time around because of what happened the other time. Also Bempa for instance. Na do rini or na sorry eko Lima or anointing and who no Pastor Ben on Pesa say a whole president at the time of a president elect everybody now sorry now or no been nearly in front of man of God no anointing come on so they were all taking their chances in that sense and you know taking sides and for me they are doing business for others spiritual work or obi amfani there but me the me who say omo your prediction and the omo the abem no omo awen omo mo lose here no better luck next time.
Well yeah, next time you be predictable. Now the directions up to hope. Well,
let's look at this angle before we close for the
day. And this angle is about us, those in the creative space, our contribution to the campaign and the elections and everything put together. If you realize both sides, the major political parties, I mean, MPP and NDC, there were some creatives who came out with songs for them. Ampong gave us Mwangiti and it became another controversial song. Nacee gave us Kwen Kwen and other songs. There are other creatives who also made some one or two songs for these political parties. Mahama, in a radio interview, even praised Nacee for his creativity. He talked about the fact that for him, he doesn't say much to Nacee. All he does is Nacee. Or Nacee will come to him and tell him that this trip, what are the messages we are going out with? They tell him and he will just go and create something. He was full of praises for Nacee. Now, those who did it, obviously, some are winners and some are losers, including some of them who may not have done any pieces for them, but they are creative, known for these parties. Let's look at life after elections for both sides. Like when I go to the NPP side, like Great Ampong, Dinah Samoa, Sammy, quite a punctured thing, Nicholas Omania Champon, and a great number of them. Ajaku, yes. And when we come to the side of the NDC, Nacee, Nero X, and even YOC and even DDT, who created the After Tea song. Chamo, so I know your man is great Ampong.
Yeah, great Ampong.
Have you spoken to him? How is he feeling?
Not yet, but I think he understands the game. I mean,
Okay.
Politics, this is how it is. I mean, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So for him, I think he's ready for the consequences or whatever comes. Just that he's at the position that you can't easily do anything to him in terms of his music or his trade.
Yeah.
He has established himself in the system such that you will love whatever that he will come out with. Is the having a different political opinion is different from him as a musician.
Okay.
So if some people care to know, he's prepared to even come out with a new song.
Also
Muchesimi
Apocalypto Killers.
Yes, Killers. And you know, he's just trying to tell you that he's a musician first, and maybe politics second. And he will. I have not spoken to him yet, or even from the camp, but I think they are okay. And after the show, I'll talk to them and know what is happening. So maybe I'll update our people later with that one. I mean, for those who are at the winning side, this is their time. I mean, in politics, this is how it is. When you win, good for you. When you lose, then you just find a way to survive till it gets to your turn.
Yeah.
And this one is not really a big deal. We just want better system for everybody. Because if the government is doing well, all of us will benefit. If they are not doing well, all of us will suffer. So we just want the best for the nation. And the difference is that we have different way of handling things. That's why we have different political parties. If they agree with your ideology or your way of doing things, then we vote for you. If we disagree, we vote you out. So now the influencers or the entertainers, the celebrities,
the
creatives who are now at the winning side, kudos to them, and then good luck to them. Some of them will still come back and complain because they also have some expectation that they will not get. So they will come back and complain. Some will also not complain because they will also be benefiting from the whatever the government will do directly and some indirectly. And we can mention somebody like Diana Samoa or no affiliacy, and you know we lose the bad meaning say or no. Ebe ha no pa and Krofubi or at this time nanka omo bem omo yi omo ni mu anke fa anka omo nto beto omo obi ti say Sammy ni say me who ni say why involved like this time around. I think this time around he was so open. The last election he was in, but not as visible as this one. But we yi na nimpa nso na ato afa ho amfa and the oma afa mo yeah, kudos to them and we wish them all the best. I mean, this is not the end of it. Just go back, think about what happened, and then see how your people can come back and also take power when Ghanaians agree with whatever policy that they want to introduce to the people. That's it.
I see. Were the songs impactful? Just
the songs, it's difficult to measure the impact that the song will have because majority of the people they have decided already. So the song, I think the best thing that the song would do is to ginger the core base to do the needful. For you to sit home, maybe you hear the song,
give the necessary energy.
That my party na song but for those who are in the middle like me, the song will not really have impact on the person that I will vote for. But sometimes I think they are so creative and they know what they are doing. So I appreciate coming out with such a good song, but I don't think it will have an impact in terms of who the voter will vote for.
Well, let me go on to Roland Amate and also listen to how he would also put together the creative side of the elections, where some of our top musicians created pieces to support the campaign of these politicians. Ro.
Well, I would say congratulations to everybody, especially the people who were directly involved. And here I will talk about people who were open with campaigning for political parties, and others who also went into it as business people, where they were able to play both party A and party B.
And played it successfully.
Exactly. Those are my heroes, my creative heroes for this particular election, because it takes a huge boss for you to be able to do that, because of even the perception around you actually playing for party A and party B. That is why there are just few of them who were able to do it. That's notwithstanding the others that were also or the ones who also belong to just individual political parties and were campaigning for them also. I think they also did very well, because it takes some level of courage for you to also come out and say, this is where I belong.
That's where you belong, yeah.
Yes. You know the kind of opposition you face. You know the risk involved. You know the consequences and all of that. But then you still stood your grounds. And if your party won, of course, you took the best decision and it has yielded some good results. So definitely, those people will be at the laughing end now. And when you go online, it is very visible. Everybody is saying whatever they are saying. For me, the ones that I find them very interesting are the ones that kept quiet and are talking now.
They were playing safe now.
I know they were playing safe. It can be said, and get to find one can send them come back.
And come back,
because
quick U-turn.
Yes, and come back at the other side.
I've seen that of EL. I've seen that of SDK.
Chris Waddell,
Shatawale, Stoneboy Swabet, and I'm asking myself, okay, it's a winning and being like that.
What very in Libya or
Well, it's very interesting. For me, I think we did very well. And in fact, in this year's election, I think their understanding of they are working. Let's allow them to work. Really went down.
Came up.
Really came up high. And it's one of my upside on this particular election as far as the creatives are concerned. I think, yes, even Kim Paluta, for example, I remember when he
But for Kim Paluta, he's getting some attacks, so.
No, when he did first for Baumia, he had lots. But when he also performed on the NEC stage, then it reduced. That's what I'm seeing, because I followed his campaigning, like his performances as far as these political platforms are concerned. I followed it and I realized that, okay, when he did that for the NDC, then the attacks started going down, because some of them began to understand that Charlie, and that's Shatawale. I'm out for crowd, but my political parties and they are still. For me, my only advice to creative brothers and sisters will be that political season, whether you belonging to a political party is going to affect you positively or negatively, it starts from this time. Because to all situations, you are a creative person first. And so I know some people would definitely mix up with, okay, campaign. And only difference. That will be the difference. Some people will get stuck.
But no they're promising they keep you. They are what they are supposed to get. It's not coming. Hold on small. Now,
but you should also be able to draw the line. So when say, okay, see, a real political season, a real campaign season. Now, whatever the people are expecting from me is what gave me some leverage. And that is the works that you are supposed to release. Some people will go to sleep. Some people will not give what the people want again. And at the end of the day, they will come and cry, say, "Madam, who go political party, we after your moon feel, and yes, so moon feel, wako cow." And now say, "Nya, the more and more power asem no." That is the difference. So me for Ampong even releasing a project as soon as this, I am there. Because at the end of the day, now he's trying to test his strength again after the political season. Or testing him. So the way to now we need our response now it will inform his next release and when even to release it and how to even go about it. In TCC there, you campaign. I know say na man for nyom hyehyɛ hɔ no ma no be a chance elections ni baby. TCC you munye because from now even event organizers are now going to release their calendars proper for the December festivities. Afi na ebe pie more. Inti so wo nyum bi opese o jetum for the Christmas. Do it now.
This is the time.
This is the time. Election here we mo kombo mo so mo be campaign. Mama nkoda ho. Mama nkoda ho party na nyemo dia. Nyemo na mo kokukura soa. The obere no wa wie. The obere ni no wa wie ni awie. So obibi yama wa enye sisia. But sisia there what is more important to you as a creative person is your career. The one that made you attractive even to them. For them to be proud and say that is the reason why we want you even in our party. That is what you should continue. We should continue to do. And this baby as I have a castle. You call Ghanaian NDC. The people are long listening. You call Ghanaian people. No
Well, so this first show of the week it was to give you a recap of the elections 2024. And I want to believe we've occupied and covered all angles for your information. And tomorrow, when we come, if there are some excesses, we'll be looking at that. Then we can now zoom in into our known area of doing showbiz and entertainment. Let me say thanks to Intim Dodi Solomon. His other name is Chemo, as well as Roland Amate. And to my producers, Theophilus Digos and Buju Lens. They are behind the scenes, making sure you can enjoy this content here on Sammy Flex TV. Subscribe to us, wait for more, and add your own opinions to what we are discussing here on the show. I'll see you when I see you. My name is Sammy Flex. We're out of here. Bye-bye.